This afternoon, Pastor Moino closes defense in YPP's petition against his governorship election. Akwa Ibom teachers to adopt modern teaching aids. In House of Representatives to launch investigation into crude oil theft in Nigeria. Details of this and other stories in just a moment. Good afternoon and welcome to Akbc 45 News at noon. I am Miriam Ekpotu. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino says resolutions taken at the just concluded PDP Governors Forum meeting are for the development and unity of the country. The governor was speaking at the Victorville International Airport while returning from the PDP Governors Forum meeting in Abuja. Governor Moino expressed gratitude to his colleagues for the confidence reposed in him to host the meeting, describing it as a privilege. The governor said that Akwa Ibom State will continue to stand tall in the Committee of States. Governor Moino has closed his defense in the petitions filed by Young Progressive Party YPP and his governorship candidate Senator Basi Albert, challenging his victory at the governorship election petition tribunal in Uyo. Governor Ino, who is the second defendant in the suit, called for witnesses from the University of Uyo to defend his certificates. The witnesses are Mr. Linus Okoko, Director of Human Resources of the University, Mr. Mo Maxon Basa, Theresa Inokon, Assistant Security Officer, University of Uyo, and Mr. Enso Kondo, Principal Security Officer. They were led in evidence by the counsel to Governor Moino, Paul Usoro, that of PDP, Ofyong, and counsel to INEC, Tayo Oyetibo, all senior advocates of Nigeria. The witnesses were cross-examined by the counsel to the petitioners, Mr. Tunde Folola, Akbc Judiciary Correspondent. Harris Nation reports that the three-man tribunal headed by Justice Adekunle Adele has adjourned to August 2023 for adoption of final written addresses before judgment. Meanwhile, the University of Uyo has disowned one Daniel Ederakpan, who claimed to be an administrative officer of the institution that issued a certified true copy of a letter that purportedly expelled Governor Moino from the University of Uyo. Director of Human Resources of the University, Mr. Linus Okoko, stated this while testifying as a subpoena witness, describing Daniel Ederakpan as an imposter. Mr. Linus Okoko, who is the immediate past acting registrar of the University of Uyo, tendered certified true copies of the 2022 and 2023 staff nominal roll of administrative officers of the school with the name of Daniel Ederekpan missing. He told the tribunal that there was no faculty in the University of Uyo called Faculty of Environmental Sciences, which the petitioner's witness claimed to be a staff, and that his purported letters of appointment and promotion which he tendered before the tribunal were fake. The subpoena witness also said that the staff number of Daniel Ederekpan belongs to an assistant security officer of the university, Mrs. Theresa Inokon, while the reference number on his purported letter of promotion is that of Mr. Enso Konudo, a principal security officer in the Directorate of Security Services. The use of virtual reality immersive learning has been echoed as a necessity to enhance teachers' productivity. This informed the Ministry of Education in collaboration with a Lagos-based teaching tech company, Infotech Technology Limited, to organize training for teachers in Uyo to meet up the demand. The report.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Lady Rose Bassi, said the introduction of the Innovative Solutions device into the school system was based on priority attached to education of children by the state government. She charged teachers at the training to make good use of the knowledge gained so they would transfer to their colleagues and students in their various schools, noting that the exercise was a train the trainers.
To make education in Akbc State compete with education in other parts of the world. So we provide this. If we provide this digital and visual device, and you, the teachers, don't know how to use them, it's going to be wasted. So this is like a train the trainers workshop.
The head Directorate of Educational Services, Nsekpo, lauded the state government for advancing the use of information technology devices in the public secondary schools and advised participants to ensure effective service delivery. A resource person, Mr. Kachuku Odu, who is the product manager, Infoport Technology Limited, said the tablet is developed with a breakdown of every lesson, classwork, pre-test and examination questions that enhance easy teaching and learning activities for both teachers and students.
These have British curriculum, Nigerian curriculum already below them. The children are able to do chemistry practicals with this. They're able to see things in biology, the heart, how it's bisected, and all of this. This is supposed to do what? Improve their learning and give them experiential learning.
Some of the participants appreciated government for organizing the training, which they said have impacted them with modern technological skills in teaching and learning. They were all presented with tablets for job efficiency.
Meanwhile, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Lady Rose Nsabasi, has been decorated with an award of Eminent Peace Ambassador by the International Association of World Peace Advocates of the United Nations. The ceremony held at the conference room of the ministry in Uyo featured the presentation of certificate of recognition and other insignia of the Global Peace Advocacy Body to the Permanent Secretary. The Director of State Education Quality Assurance Service, Dr. Rosalind Anthony Mfon, was also honored, conferring the Eminent Peace Ambassador Award on the recipients. Professor Chidi Ehirodio said the award was bestowed on Lady Bassi and Dr. Mfon as a call on them to join the United Nations in the promotion of world peace.
I'm presenting this certificate of appointment as Eminent Peace Ambassador, Lady Rose Bassi, to the glory of God and to the blessings of humanity. Congratulations.
Honor on behalf of our esteemed association to encourage you this insignia of office as an eminent peace ambassador.
Responding, the Permanent Secretary, Lady Rose Bassi, on behalf of her fellow awardees, appreciated the body, saying that the award spurred them to render humanitarian services.
But with this award is a challenge that we should step up what we used to do, so that what the UN does internationally will be felt by the local ordinary people.
And still to come, product packaging in focus as nations celebrate Paper Bag Day. This and a lot more after the break. Stay with us. You're still watching Akbc 45 News at noon. The need to underscore the importance of opting for paper bags over plastic alternatives have been highlighted as nations mark World Paper Bag Day. If you are fantastic, do something dramatic to cut the plastic. Use paper bags. These quaint words represent the theme of the celebration today. Akbc intern Joy James in this report takes a look at the significance of the day for Akwa Ibom State.
It is obvious that the typical man or woman equates nylons, plastics, rubbers, polythenes, sack bags, and the likes with paper bags. To him or her, paper bags are simply any bag that can hold his or her food items, clothing, equipment, toiletries, and the likes. But then, what are paper bags in reality? According to the Dean of the Faculty of Environmental Science, University of Uyo, Professor Anthony Uyene, paper bags are simply bags made with papers. This, he says, is a better alternative to the plastic bag, which has been proven to be toxic for both the human body and the environment.
From my own point of view, I understand paper bag to mean those bags manufactured or produced from paper, different form of papers, and they take different.
The advantages of using paper bags are indeed numerous. Apart from being less toxic and less harmful to the environment than plastics, they are relatively less expensive, recyclable, aesthetically appealing, and because they are biodegradable, they can be used for purposes like composting.
To me, I see paper bag, because paper bag are more of organic in that it's made from wood, so they are degradable. They can get rot. But some of other bags, especially those polythene bags, are some of the things that cause serious blockage of channels, drainage channels, because some of them do not degrade actually.
However, despite the overwhelming evidence that paper bags are better alternatives to nylons and the likes, the question is, why have the plastic bags assumed more prominence in the environment?
Yes, that is where awareness actually comes in. The awareness is not there. For those who have lived in advanced countries, the exposure, the awareness is more. But here, we are not so used to that. So what we can do is to increase the awareness, especially those who use them in the market. If we increase the awareness, I think we can adapt. Or if government can even bring up legislation that can reduce the usage of some of all these non-biodegradable bags.
While the debate over the advantages and disadvantages of using paper bags or its alternatives goes on, July 12th of every year remains the day to commemorate the inventor, Francis Whaley, who in 1852 invented the first paper bag machine, and paper bags became the talk of the town. In 1870, Margaret Eloise Knight, also known as the mother of the grocery bag, designed the square flat bottom of paper bags, which made them sturdier. She also invented the machine for the same. In 1999, San Francisco became the first place in the world that abolished the usage of plastic bags in grocery stores and pharmacies, which motivated other countries and cities to take a step further and eliminate the high usage of plastic. However, for Akwa Ibom State and other developing economies, the shift to the adoption of paper bags as alternatives to nylons will be a gradual and futuristic process. Joy James, Akbc News.
Akbc Radio Chapel of Nigeria Union of Journalists has inaugurated a 3-member committee for its anniversary and celebration. The committee is headed by Comrade Harris Nessien, the Akbc judiciary reporter, while Comrade Bonobasi Jackson, the health correspondent, secretary, and Comrade Gift Okore, government house reporter, member. The inauguration of the committee was the highlight of this month's Chapel Congress held yesterday at Akbc Transmitting Station Tarian. The Chapel chairman, Comrade Mfonuye, who inaugurated the committee, congratulated the members, expressing confidence in their ability to host a successful chapel anniversary. Responding, the chairman of the committee, Harrison Essien, thanked AKBC Radio Chapel for their confidence and solicited their support to deliver on the mandates. The House of Representatives has resolved to constitute an ad hoc committee with a view to investigate and curb crude oil theft in Nigeria. The resolution was reached sequel to the adoption of a motion by a member from Benue State, Mr. Philip Akbc, at plenary. The lawmaker stated that the country has lost trillions of naira as a result of crude oil theft and also lose revenue from oil and gas exploration in the country. According to him, in 2021, Nigeria lost $4 billion to oil theft at the rate of 2,000 barrels per day. Saying the figures have risen, he explained that 40% of crude oil loss is due to inaccuracies in measurement and metering errors. The House expressed worry over the incessant cases of crude oil theft on the nation's economic growth, saying that anyone caught in the act will face the wrath of the law. The National Examinations Council, NECO, has released results of the 2023 National Common Entrance Examination for admission into the 110 federal unity colleges across the country. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, Mr. David Adejo, who announced the release after receiving the results from the Registrar of the National Examinations Council, Professor Ibrahim Washishi, in Abuja, said the examination was highly competitive for Nigerian children. Mr. Adejo explained that this year's edition was written in Nigeria, Benin Republic, and Togo, adding up to a total number of 72,865 pupils. According to him, Lagos State had the highest number of 18,644 and Taraba with the lowest of 102. He noted that 3,036 pupils were absent, while 76 pupils had the highest score of 203, saying that 6 pupils scored 1 mark each. Aqua United's head coach Fatai Osho has commended the performance of Central back Wisdom Dune as the team defeated Rivers United 1-0 to progress to the semi-final of Niger Super 8 tournament in Lagos. Speaking at the post-match interview, the coach praised the confidence of the lanky defender, describing his ball judgment as unprecedented and a key addition to the current team setup. Centre-back Wisdom Dune has been a regular starter for the Promise Keepers since the middle of last season when he joined from NNL side Ibom Youth FC. Aqua United this last evening qualified for the semi-final of the Super 8 tournament despite losing 0-2 to Luby Stars, who by this win has qualified as group leaders. Aqua United conceded 2 goals in the first half and had a goal rule for offside in the second half. That's a package this afternoon, but just before we go another look at the top stories. Governor Moino has closed his defense in the petitions filed by Young Progressives Party YPP and his governorship candidate Senator Basi Albert, challenging his victory at the governorship election petition tribunal in Uyo. Governor No, who is the second defendant in the suit, called for witnesses from the University of Uyo to defend his certificates. The State Ministry of Education, in collaboration with a Lagos-based tech company, Infotech Technology Limited, organized training for teachers in Uyo to benefit from modern technological skills. The need to opt for paper bags over plastic alternatives has been highlighted as Nation Mark World Paper Day. That's the package this afternoon. We thank you so much for being a part of the news and wish you a pleasant day ahead. Good afternoon.